like the conversation because it rarely happens, it seems to me. Like the actual point of, hey, what does this look like?
No, for sure.
We feel it, or we feel like we have an awareness, but we never.
Like that's the thing about me. Like I'm an open-minded person.
Sure enough.
And like I felt that with you.
How so?
Just your presence. Like, I feel like you're very laid back and just calm.
Yeah.
And I can tell that you are an open-minded person who is willing to speak. So
I am,
that's
definitely.
why, like,
I appreciate that.
that's why I'm so comfortable, right?
I appreciate that. Hey, Lani. Awesome, I'm your ride. Just watch yourself there. Hi. Welcome.
How's it going, man?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Good, you?
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
How's your day so far?
It has been, let me think here. The sun is shining. It is a bit of a haze. I'm not sure if it's smoky or not because I can't smell anything.
We are getting BC fires.
Is that what it is now?
I think so.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Perceptually, I was like, there's something going on, but I don't sense it, smell-wise. But
No, yeah, for sure.
But I got in my vehicle this morning. I was doing some errands, and it just struck me. It's an amazing thing to have, like, the option of travel. For example, this is like a big deal, you know?
For sure.
Man, and it made me so grateful.
Yeah, definitely.
So today I am doing well because I'm reflecting on, I don't know, just some of the good things that come along in life.
That's good, man.
I thought so too.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, we just had a newborn.
Whoa, that's a big deal.
Last Sunday, so we've been
Sleep deprived.
Yeah, sleep deprived. We have a toddler as well.
Okay.
So it's been
So this is number 2,
for,
yes.
like, the first week.
Yeah.
But things are getting a little bit better now.
How old is your toddler?
He's, oh my god. We stopped counting the months, but
Yeah.
he's 2.
2-ish, okay.
Yeah, he's a little over 2 now.
Okay. So still a young age.
Yeah.
And so that's very demanding on both ends, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because of course he is very conscientious of how much time his younger sibling now.
Yeah, definitely. But like reflecting on yourself.
Yeah.
And like journaling as well helps you grow, and you can reflect back on what you achieved and all that jazz, which I'm going to start doing because I have so much so many thoughts in my head.
Oh, do share some of those insights.
Yeah, just like, I don't know,
I'll tell you why I ask. I've got 3. Mine are, I'm about a decade ahead of you now.
yeah.
So that's a totally different season. But I was thinking about how often I forget about those first experiences and the real-time sort of ways that we have to stretch ourselves,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, it's, like, financially, like,
Yeah.
make good money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a customer service sales rep
Yeah.
for a sports goods.
Okay.
It's a rubber manufacturer.
Yeah.
But, like, we do, like, Anytime Fitnesses, Canadian Tires, all of that jazz.
Yeah.
So there's good money in the company. It's just, I want to get out of the city just because 2 kids.
Yeah.
I want a little bit more safety.
You're right in the core here, so I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's a good area.
Yeah.
3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Right.
Now it's like it's kind of pushing us away because we do love it down here, especially with Eau Claire.
Yeah.
So that's like one stress that's on my shoulder right now.
Right.
This year I became debt free.
Amazing.
So that was a big achievement.
You were working towards that for some time.
Yeah, and then now, like going back to moving out of the city, like I want to buy a house or either like a townhome, but everything's so expensive.
It is really inflexibly so right now, yeah.
And then like I do photography on the side.
Yeah.
So like I kind of want to amp that up.
Yeah.
That way I can just have an extra income.
Yeah.
And just put that towards savings for like a down payment.
Sure enough.
But yeah, that's
a lot. lot going on.
It's a lot.
I can see that.
Yeah, for sure.
May I throw another consideration? So this is one of the things that I have honed in on for me personally, and I like delving in it because one, it helps me, but I also think it helps a lot of those that I have reached with. And so for me, I've sort of honed in on the theme, the idea of integrity. Integrity specifically, Lani, because for me, I have had experience living without integrity for a very long time.
Yeah.
And but having a desire to be more acquainted in an experiential way with it. So, what does integrity look like, or for you in this current season, while you have so many other things that are in play? Because it almost sounds like you have a lot of plates in the air,
Yeah. It's
and yet you're setting things up in a very intentional way. It seems to me, saying, how do I, like, for example, you just achieve debt freeness, which is something that so many are striving for but find elusive,
right.
right? You're thinking about the future of your family, the context in which it could be better, while also managing the real-time demands of 2 under 3s at home.
Yeah, I know, for sure. Like, integrity, like,
And I like the conversation because it rarely happens, it seems to me. Like the actual point of, hey, what does this look like?
no, for sure.
We feel it, or we feel like we have
Yeah.
an awareness, but we never
And, like,
actually.
that's the thing about me, like, I'm an open-minded person.
Sure enough.
And, like, I felt that with you.
How so?
Just your presence.
Thank
Like,
you.
I feel like you're very laid back and just calm.
Yeah.
And I can tell that you are an open-minded person who is willing to speak. So
I am,
that's
definitely.
why, like,
I appreciate that.
that's why I'm so comfortable, right?
I appreciate that.
So
That means a lot.
It's, I don't know. I'm a big ambitious person, and like going back to my position, like
Yes.
I've been working towards that for 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I started in logistics.
Yeah.
And just a warehouse guy,
Yeah.
shipper, receiver, all of that jazz.
Yeah.
But with this company that I started with last year, it's
Yeah.
called Perfect Surfaces, and I've managed a crew of 5.
Yeah.
And then I told them that I wanted to learn more about the business side.
Yeah.
And they realized and put me in the position of overseeing 4 warehouses now,
Oh goodness. Okay.
but doing all the customer service side of things.
Yeah.
And helping the sales reps and
Yeah.
doing transactions and all of that fun jazz.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, like, just being grateful on the things that I do have at this moment is it's the easy part
Mm-hmm.
to just be positive and happy. But obviously you have that in the back of your head that you want more.
Yeah.
You wish you had more.
Mm-hmm.
But just the motivation is just waking up, supporting my family,
Mm-hmm.
living day by day. Man.
Amazing. Yes, I hear.
Do you have a spouse or anything?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I have an ex now.
Okay.
Part of why we're an ex is because I get to learn how to live with integrity once upon a time.
Yeah.
And so sadly, those lessons sometimes come at a high cost. And I would say the present space in which I'm in, I really appreciate. I appreciate just because I feel there's far more living on purpose, living in the zone where I'm like, I'm doing this purposefully now, but before I didn't have access to that. And while I appreciate it, I also reflect again on the cost at other people's expense, oftentimes too, you know? So it's just one of those things, Lani, where I think there are some lessons that I don't want to learn twice. There are some lessons I'm like, once is enough. And so my ex is like one of the most amazing people that I highly esteem.
Yeah.
Highly esteem. We're very much different people, and I'm not. Yeah, we've both talked about how we're probably not destined for life together in that context relationally, but there's just still that respect and honor for each other's contributions and our collaboration as co-parents. So I appreciate that too, which is not the usual. I do acknowledge too,
Yeah.
which adds on to that. Like,
For sure.
yeah.
Huh.
And then it brings me to that place of saying, what would I do differently? And I've had to learn some things about myself, saying, okay, this is important now going forward. And one of those things for me is learning how to communicate transparently and honestly.
Gotcha.
Something that was not on offer before, because I think primarily just I did not know how, even though there's this deep desire to do so. I definitely wanted to have that experience, but I think oftentimes it's nice having models
Yeah.
that we can say, okay, that's something I want to aspire towards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
And going back to like the communication part of
Yes.
things, I used to suck at communicating. That's showing how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
That's just an overall conversation with an individual.
Yeah.
I just used to hide everything, and until I met my wife, like I also traveled. I did that young adult backpacking trip and all of that fun stuff out in Thailand.
Yeah.
It was a great experience for sure. It helped me grow as a person and made me realize the appreciation that I do have in this country.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to move out there, I am grateful where we do live.
Mm-hmm.
Just us citizens as but my wife helped me a lot with the communication part of things and just being more humble. And I used to be very egotistical.
Yeah.
And reflecting and looking back on that season of my life, it makes me laugh now because I shouldn't have been like that, right?
Yeah.
But going back, like the people that are around you are either going to help you grow or they're going to chain you up, right? And they were chaining me up, so I had to break that chain and just be free for myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But communication is one of the biggest things to improve on throughout your whole entire life.
I agree.
Because the more you mature, the more stuff you learn.
Yep.
It's going to benefit you. And
It brings a richness to your life.
Exactly.
Just because you have access to what someone shares and what you're able to share with them as well too, it seems, right?
That's it, man. Like, we're human beings. We're supposed to talk. We're supposed to communicate. And if someone is having a bad day, you can see that on their face. You shouldn't hesitate to be like, hey, are you okay? Or, hey, how's your day going? Just start that conversation, right?
Yeah. I have an interesting request from you, Lani, but before I make the request, I just want to also encourage a certain response which isn't easily accessible. And that response is no, because that's also really important. I value consent immensely. So the request is, when I'm not Ubering, I have another job too that I do, but I also enjoy creating contents for my my community online, especially on the theme of how beautiful human connecting could go in a time when it often doesn't happen as often, like you were saying, you're just seeing those observable things. And I love sharing those experiences just because it encourages, I find it inspires my audience to say, how could we also want to see the model, but also look for those opportunities. So the request is, I would love to share our conversation with my online, but it's not something that everyone's really comfortable with because that's a big ask, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I say I would also want to really make sure you know that I honor the no answer to, because it's not like a rejection per se, it's just not an offer.
Right.
But that's why I want to make the request.
Yeah, no, for sure.
How do you feel about that request?
Where would it be?
It'd be on my platforms on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok as well too. Yeah.
Can I check it out?
Absolutely. By all means, I would love for you to check it out. And I'd probably also infer like a no response, just because it's harder to get in touch with me after the fact, because I don't actually keep the footage after I say goodbye to a passenger, just because I also create more content as well too, and that's totally legit. But I'd love for you to check it out too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
It's just my name as the handle, Binyam, Binyam. My last name is Asress. It's just one of these opportunities that have come to really relish when you have those moments. You know, it's like, this is really cool.
Oh, for sure.
And on my side, that this has been a really rich conversation. Thank you for sharing.
Of course.
I feel like I know you so much better since you got in the vehicle.
Yeah, no, I'll give you a follow.
I appreciate that, brother.
course.
Thank you.
And then yeah, like you can for sure use it, man. I'm simple,
I am too.
so you can for sure just go ahead with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate you being willing. Like I say, it's a big ask, brother, and
No,
I want to
definitely.
honor people's space that way too, right? Because that's important.
Okay, man. Of course. Yeah, I found you pretty easy to find.
Indeed. I hope I have the pleasure of seeing you again sometime along the way,
for
Lani.
sure. Awesome, man.
Thank you for
You
your
take
time.
care.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
And happy new season with your young ones.
Thanks, man.
Remember, it's a beautiful opportunity to like establish some deep things with these new
Yeah.
lives, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate you,
I'm excited
brother.
For the future, man.
I know. I like where your head's at though too.
Me too.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, man. I followed you, so if you. Yeah.
I'll
you
watch.
post it, man.
I will be posting.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay, brother.
Thanks, dude.
Oh, I have to unlock the door for you, don't I? There we go.
Awesome, man.
Cheerio.
Cheers.